There are limits to what life can build. Physics sets boundaries. Biology enforces trade-offs. Every body plan carries constraints. At least, that's what we thought. Because once, evolution produced a snake so large that by every modern rule, it should not have worked. Its body was too long, too heavy, too dependent on heat. And yet it lived. For millions of years. This creature didn't just push the upper limit of size, it ignored it. To understand why Titanoboa and creatures like it shouldn't exist, we need to start with a basic problem. Snakes are terrible candidates for gigantism. They have no limbs, no rigid skeleton to support weight, no internal temperature control. Their bodies are long columns of muscle and organs. As snakes get bigger, gravity becomes a serious issue. Internal organs compress. Blood circulation becomes inefficient. Movement becomes energetically expensive. At a certain size, a snake should simply collapse under its own mass. That's the theory. And yet, Titanoboa shattered it. About 60 million years ago, just after the dinosaurs vanished, Earth entered a world that feels alien by modern standards. The Paleocene, no ice caps, no winters, no temperature relief. The planet was hot, relentlessly hot. And in what is now northern South America, conditions crossed a threshold that changed what biology could tolerate. Titanoboa lived in vast swamp forests, slow-moving rivers, murky water, dense vegetation. This wasn't open land. It was a world where water carried weight. And that detail matters more than anything else. Titanoboa wasn't built to move like a modern snake. It didn't slither across dry ground. At over 40 feet long, possibly approaching 50 feet, land would have been a nightmare. Every movement would fight gravity. Every breath would compress its own organs. But in water, physics changes. Water provides buoyancy. Buoyancy reduces effective body weight. Environment, its massive body was partially supported by the water itself. The swamp didn't just hide it, it carried it. This single factor allowed a snake to reach a size that would be impossible on land. But even buoyancy isn't enough. Titanoboa faced another problem: temperature. Snakes are ectotherms. They do not generate internal heat. Their metabolism depends entirely on environmental warmth. In modern climates, this limits how large a snake can grow. As size increases, maintaining body temperature becomes harder. Digestion slows, movement becomes inefficient. Eventually, the system breaks. But Paleocene Earth was different. Average annual temperatures in Titanoboa's habitat are estimated at 32 to 34 degrees Celsius. That's around 90 degrees Fahrenheit, year-round. No cold seasons, no nighttime relief. The environment continuously fueled Titanoboa's metabolism. Its body didn't need to warm up. It never cooled down. This created a biological loophole, a rare alignment of conditions where extreme heat sustained metabolism. Water reduced weight stress. Abundant prey supplied energy. Under those conditions, the rules bent. Titanoboa didn't evolve to be fast. It didn't chase. It didn't need to. At that size, speed is unnecessary. Instead, it hunted like an ambush predator. More crocodile than snake. It waited, hidden beneath tannin-stained water. Motionless for hours, possibly days. When something entered range, the strike was unavoidable. Biomechanical models suggest Titanoboa could exert over 400 pounds per square inch of constriction pressure. That's enough to crush bone, not slowly, immediately. At that scale, prey didn't suffocate over time. Their bodies failed. Titanoboa didn't need precision. Its mass did the work. Its diet likely included giant turtles, early crocodilians, large fish. Anything that entered the water became vulnerable. The swamp was not an ecosystem. It was a trap. But here's where the story turns. Titanoboa wasn't stable. It was fragile. Its existence depended on an extremely narrow climate window. If temperatures dropped even a few degrees, metabolism slowed, digestion failed, movement became inefficient, the energy budget collapsed. And that's exactly what happened. After the Paleocene, Earth began to cool. Slowly at first, then more decisively. Rainforests changed, swamps shrank, seasons returned. The environment that supported Titanoboa disappeared, and with it, the snake vanished. Titanoboa didn't lose to predators. It didn't lose to disease. It lost to climate drift. A few degrees was all it took. This is why Titanoboa feels wrong. Not because it was monstrous, but because it existed on borrowed time. A creature built for a world that was never meant to last. And Titanoboa may not have been alone. Recent discoveries suggest even larger snakes may have evolved later under similar conditions, each one pushing against the same boundary, each one depending on heat, water, and time. Evolution didn't plan these creatures. It stumbled into them. And once conditions changed, they vanished. That's the real lesson here. Nature doesn't build perfectly. It builds temporarily. And sometimes, for a brief moment in Earth's history, it creates something that shouldn't exist and lets it rule anyway.